Hey guys, we're gonna do a few chores today. Behind me, we have a dilapidated old fort that our children used for years. This part of our backyard has been super neglected for a long time. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna clean up all this mess, move it around, clean some tree limbs up, and we're gonna move the garden sink that I built a few weeks ago. We're gonna bring that around to the front of the property where our garden's gonna be, and we're gonna hook that up and install it. Old dollhouse, an old dilapidated fort, and an old trampoline. The trampoline isn't going to be moved yet because actually it might look a little rough, but the black part there, the actual trampoline part, is in pretty good shape. It still works, and the kids don't want to part with it yet, so we're going to figure out where we're going to move that to, and we're not quite ready for that step yet. But this is what we're going to work on today, and we're going to clean these trees up. Okay, so we got the tractor work done, we got the fort all moved, the little playpens all moved, but we have to stop because there is a typical Florida thunderstorm brewing. I don't know if this is going to be long enough either.
Well, you could have gone on the grass here. Okay.
All right, the garden sink project is now complete. It's in place for now. It's gonna be a temporary spot, like I said when I was explaining it the first time we showed the sink, how we hooked up the hose connection instead of a permanent PVC connection, because we're not really quite sure where it's gonna end up for its permanent home. Because we have a lot of moving around to do. We still have some more garden beds to build, garden plots to make, and we're just not ready for it to be in its permanent home yet. So it's right here for now. It's in a location where I think it'll be of use to us and out of the way all at once. All right, so we chose to go with a PVC type faucet just because of the toughness of it, I guess. We don't have to worry about any washers leaking or wearing out or parts breaking. It's easy, it's simple to do, and it's cheap to make, and it's effective. We put a little piece of hose on here just to kind of guide the water around. And this one's a little bit loud and a little bit hard with the pressure, but I'm not really sure what even we're going to use that side of the sink for, but we'll use it for something. Like I said, this sink was free, so we're not going to complain about the design of the sink. It is what it is. So we have just a simple drain hooked up to the sink as you would normally find under any bathroom or kitchen sink, and we just use some extra pool hose to drain out from the drains. And here's the hose connection. You can find these little connectors in the plumbing section of your box store. But that's it. A really simple idea, simple project. And if you don't have a garden sink in your garden, I would absolutely recommend getting one, because it's a simple project. I can't believe we went years without doing this ourselves, but here we are. So there was a little bit of concern of how narrow this was. I believe it's 34 inches wide, I believe, if I remember correctly. And with this top part on, and with the corrugated roofing on, we're just afraid of it catching wind and flying away like a kite. So I just decided to put what I call a ski, a little ski support, little ski leg on it, just to prevent it from going back or forward. And also did that so when we get it to another spot, it's very easy to raise one side and level it out. Okay, so as you can see, they're around the garden perimeter. We went ahead and laid the black landscape fabric down around the edge, just to try to keep the grass and weeds from encroaching on our in-ground garden that we have already. All this black plastic and black landscape fabric was previously used around our garden boxes, like I said before, and we like to reuse things as much as we can, and we'll use this stuff until it falls apart. I think we have at least another year or two left of life on it, so we're going to use it until we can't use it anymore. I just have to go back and pound some more stakes in the ground, or those U-type staples, not stakes, the staples, and secure it in the ground a little bit more, and that will be done. And we also put these garden tables around the perimeter. These aren't going to stay in this location. We're going to move these once we decide where they're going to serve us better. But all this wood, again, is repurposed, reused. This was once our old deck that we had years and years ago. I mean, this wood must be at least 10, 12 years old. And again, we will use it until it falls apart and until we can't use it anymore. That's just how we roll here on the Kyle Homestead. Put a couple extra boards in it because it started wobbling a little bit and getting a little loose around the corners. So I beefed it up a little bit with some extra wood that we had laying around. And these tables are absolutely perfect for pots. We do some peppers and some tomatoes and some small things and pots also. So these are great for that. Okay guys, that's it for this week's update on the Kyle Family Homestead. In the backdrop here, you can see that sorghum Sudan grass that I planted about almost 2 weeks ago. Again, same with the iron clay peas, cow peas. The germination isn't great. I am super not happy with this seed. It didn't germinate like we would. This, I think, will continue to do its job because the sorghum Sudan grass grows really thick and really tall. So I still think, even though we didn't get a good germination, I'm pretty confident we'll have a good outcome with keeping the weeds down. But we'll see you guys next week, and thanks for watching. Ready?